Alright, I have decided to do the edging on this and see how it goes. And I wanted to show you how I do it because I am starting a new crochet stitch or round or something on a sewn together bunch of granny squares. So I wanted to show how I did this because it's basically like starting a new project, but it's not, if that makes sense. Hopefully you know what I mean. But because I am starting a new project, even though it's on this, you start it the same way you usually do with the slip knot, just however you do it. It doesn't really matter too much. It's just however you do the slip knot. I'm sure there are different ways to do it than the way that I do it. And then you just unfold it. Pick a random corner, whichever one you want to start with. It really doesn't matter. You don't even have to start in a corner technically. You can just start like in one of these open spaces if you really wanted to. It's gonna work. It's just the first stitch is basically the hardest because you're figuring it out. I just personally like to start in the corner because that's just how I've always done it. So you find the corner and then stick your crochet hook through like you're just normal crocheting, and then wrap your yarn around your hook and then pull it through so you have two stitches, you know, the slip knot and the one that you just pulled through. Pull the slip knot over and that's your first stitch. That's it. That's the first stitch. I'm starting at the corner, so I'm gonna finish it and come back to this side later. And if you watched the flower crochet one that I did, it's the same type of stitching pattern to do this. It's just you're going around a huge space. So chain one, and I'm going to weave in the tail too. If you have a different technique, feel free to do that. This is just the way that works best for me. It's not the best way, I'm sure, but it works. So then you just pull it over, like you chain one, and now I have two stitches on here. It's technically one stitch, but I have two loops on here. Because of the tail, and that's gonna stay there until I run out of it. So wrap it around once and go through the center of the corner or wherever you started, pull it through, so now you have three stitches. Wrap it around and pull all three. It's difficult when you have the tail too. Pull all three off like that, and then that's your first technical stitch. And wrap it around once again, pull them through so you have three. I'm gonna take the tail off, so it's just gonna float like that for a minute. Pull it, wrap the yarn around your hook, and then pull it through two stitches, and then wrap it around again and pull it through one. And now I think I never remember, is this a double or a triple crochet? I never remember, but it's the one where you wrap your yarn around the hook twice. I don't remember what this one is called. It's either a double or a triple. I'm trying to get better at it, but I don't remember. But stick it through the center, wrap it around again, pull it through two stitches so you have three left. Wrap it, pull it around two, and then one more time like that. And then do the whatever double or triple again where you wrap it around the hook twice. Stick it through again, and then now you have four stitches on here. Wrap it around, pull it through two, wrap it around, pull it through two, wrap it around, pull it through two, and wrap it around again, stick it through. Now you have three. Wrap it, pull it through two, and then two, and then tail's gonna get annoying. Wrap it around again, stick it through, and then you have three stitches, Okay, and wrap it and pull it through all three. And that's the first little thingy. Hopefully that made sense. Again, I'm not the best at explaining things, but hopefully it makes sense. But that's the first corner, half the corner. The next stitch you want to go with crochet. Hopefully you can see this. Again, I'm using my phone, so that's why like it's difficult. Like I don't have a screen and I'm getting used to that. But with crochet granny squares, you have individual like stitches already there to crochet into. Like if you were doing a single crochet project or something like that, it's going to be the same like that. But because you have each of these little stitch places, you just go into no wrapping around this time. You pick the one that's closest to the hook, go through it, and then pull it over. So it's just a, what is that, slip stitch, I think. I don't think that's single crochet. I think that's a slip stitch. But you do that, and then the next one, excuse me, Mr. Tail, go away. You wrap it around for the next one and go into the next stitch that's closest to the one you just went into. And go in there with it wrapped around, and then pull it through all three, and then wrap it, go through the same one again, pull it through, go through two of the crochet stitches on your hook, and then the other two, and now the double or triple, I don't know. I wish I did, but I forget at the moment. So again, I apologize. I don't remember right now. But you do the wrap it around twice and go into the same stitch once again. Pull it through two, pull it through two, and then the last two. And then now wrap it twice and go into the big open space because that's where I happen to be. So go into the big open space. And then just do the same thing you just did in reverse. And then just keep on basically doing this same thing until you go all the way around it. Just finish it. It sometimes it takes a while depending on how big my nose itches. Allergies. It depends on how big your project is, obviously, how long it's going to take you to do it. But for the most part, it usually takes me a couple different times to come back to it. Like, I don't know, probably a little over an hour just because I get distracted. But for this, probably it would take around 2 hours in total time. I take a bunch of breaks and I get distracted, so it takes me longer than that. But for the most part, it should take around 2 hours-ish if I had to guess. I'll try and let you know how long it took me total. Like, what time is it now? It's 3 o'clock, so I'm starting technically at 3 o'clock. I'll probably take a break in a half hour and then come back to it in a couple days. But when I'm completely finished, I'll let you know how long it took me. But yeah, just make the little petal shapes from the flowers over and over all the way around it until you finish. And that's how you do it. And again, I think this is called a scalloped edge. I'm gonna make sure on that before I actually, name the video, because I want to make sure it's the right title. But right now, at this current moment, I think it's called a scalloped edge. Again, I don't know the right terms. I'm trying to learn. I am really, really trying to learn, but it doesn't always stick in my head. But yeah, I'm going to do this for a while. I'll probably about a half hour, and then I'll be back maybe with it finished. I might have 2 clips of the time-lapse thing of me doing it, or this sped up footage anyway. It's not necessarily a time-lapse, but Yeah, I'm gonna do this for probably about a half hour, then I'll come back. Don't know if I'll record me doing the whole thing, because again, it's gonna be, oh, my nose is so itchy. It's gonna be over the course of probably a couple days, just knowing me. But I'll show you it finished. Until then, enjoy the sped up version of me doing this for a little while, and I'll see you after that. Alright, I have made it to the corner. I'm going to finish the rest of it while not recording, because I'm going to take a break. I need one. I'm at that point of needing to go do something else. It took me a half hour, so again, it's going to take me around 2 hours to do all 4 corners. I'm a good guesser at this. But I realized as I was crocheting this, I should probably show how to do a full corner, because I didn't really think about that. I just did the slip stitch, so I'm at the point now where I'm going to go straight into the corner. I have my crochet, let me scoot up. I have my crochet hook with one wrapped around, so I'm going to go through and just make, the first where you pull all 3 off, and now the second one, I'm going to do just a normal 1 full petal here, and then I'll be right back, but just, do the 3 and then reverse it with the second way, and just make 1 of the petal things. I don't know what to call them. I call them a petal because they're from the flower, but I'm going to do this one and then I'll be right back and show you how to do the other half of the corner. See, this one, again, I didn't say it a couple seconds ago, but you do all the stitches into the big corner space. So the big hole that's the corner, you do all the stitches into that one space because, again, you're doing the corner. And now I'm not going to do the slip stitch because that kind of just bunches it up and makes it look weird and just not great. You can do it if you think it would look, there's a spider on my window. Good thing it's on the outside. Now I'm not going to be able to stop staring at that. Anyway, try and distract myself from the spider. You do another one of the same one, so you're just doing 2 petals into the one corner, so that way it's like turned. I don't do the slip stitch because it just looks weird, so skip that on this one. But I'm going to do that and then finish. So yeah, just do another petal and then you're good to go. Alright, I have finished it. It is a few days later from when I did the corner crocheting. And I hope that made sense. Watching it back, kind of, I was very just sudden end for some strange reason. I honestly don't know why. It could have been the spider on my window. But I just completely stopped paying attention and just stopped talking. I don't know why I did that, so I'm really sorry about that. And I didn't realize until after I finished all of the edging, so I do apologize. Hopefully you were able to understand it anyway. But yeah, I finished it. It did take me around 2 hours in total time to do it. I did it one side at a time, and then I went and took a break after each one, just because I need to do something different all the time. That's just how I am. But this is it. So all the edging is complete. It looks really nice. It definitely needed it. So I'm glad I did it. It just looks finished now. It didn't look quite finished to me before, and now it does. So, yeah, I'm very happy I did that. And I hope the instructions that I said for it weren't too difficult to follow. Because again, this is one of those things that I just kind of do without thinking, so it's difficult to explain. So yeah, hopefully it made sense. But yeah, I really like how this turned out. It's super cute, actually. And it was all done with bonbons. The edging is not, that's the baby bee stuff from Hobby Lobby. That's what this black is. And then the stuff that I sewed it together with, I have no idea what it is, so I'm sorry. I'm sure it's probably a Lion brand, because it's an older yarn that I've had for a while, but I don't know what it actually is. I never keep the labels for anything, so and since it's been in there for a while, I don't know. I've forgotten, but it went nicely. So it was the same-ish weight as the bonbon. That's why I decided to use it, and it was all the right colors. But yeah, this is it finished. Hopefully you can see all of it, but I think you can, so fingers crossed you actually can. Yeah, I really like the edging on it. It definitely needed it. And it didn't take too terribly long to do, and I was actually able to finish it in a reasonable amount of time. Like, I didn't leave it sitting there for months unfinished just because that's how I am. But yeah, hopefully the video was helpful and you're able to figure it out. Once you get it, it's very easy, very fun to do. It just takes practice. You're gonna have to take things apart and try again. That's just how crocheting and knitting works, but especially crocheting. Because once you figure it out, then you can basically make whatever you want. But yeah, I hope it was helpful for you, and thank you so much for watching. It really does mean a lot. And see you next week. Bye.